Hey everyone, Laura Khan from QuantumShiwa.com here. Just a quick video to talk about the fall equinox, the winter solstice, and the skill sets you're going to need to navigate 2021. So Tuesday, the 22nd, is the fall equinox. It is important because it is a day where light and dark are equal. It's a day of balance. As we move forward through the rest of 2020, the ability to maintain our equanimity or our balance is going to be of paramount importance. So what we're going to be doing on the fall equinox is we'll be doing an energy group, a meditation activation, and if you were at the Stress Busters boot camp, Kate Major, the one who was the somatic practitioner, she is also a tarot instructor. She'll be doing a reading for us. Here's what I want to tell you about 2020, the rest of the year, moving into 2021. The collective has entered into the bottom rungs of 4D. And when I say the collective, I don't mean everybody, I mean the mass majority, the consciousness that holds the most mass, all right? 4D is an interesting place. Now, for me personally, and some of you know my backstory, some of you don't, I grew up in very abusive circumstances. My brother didn't survive our childhood. So in order for me to survive, I had to escape into 4D. I pretty much grew up there. I worked there professionally as a hypnotherapist. It is an interesting place, but it's not our end destination. And if we're kind of like on this train, 4D is a thing that we're going to be moving through. We'll see it through the window. We're not stopping there. All right. 4D is a place of archetypes, of the subconscious. It is a deeply, deeply transformational process. It's where the alchemy occurs. And so, as the collective enters into 4D, they will start to unify the polarities. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube, go to the Quantum Shiwa channel, and you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of unifying the polarities. For us, the light workers, the star seeds, the way showers, the indigos, the crystals, those of us that have been waking up, our job in this next year and a quarter is to hold the space for the collective to unify the polarities, to alchemize or to integrate the denser, darker consciousness. It will be, for your own personal benefit, very highly beneficial to understand and be able to recognize what 3D is, what 4D is, and what 5D is, so that you can consciously choose where you want to place your attention, awareness, and consciousness. For what's about to happen, you're going to need to have the skill set to rise above that and move into 5D just to give yourself a frickin' break, all right? Now, what's happening with QuantumShiwa.com and BeyondTransformation.org is we are getting the pulse, the blueprint, the initiative to start moving people into mastery. For those of you that have known me and have been in the energy group started in 2011, and for most of the time, up until just a month or two ago, it was a place that I love to play in. I love to show people stuff. We would explore. It's moving out of that now, and now we're getting the information, the initiative to move people into mastery. So we're going to show you how to move from 3 to 4 to 5D, how to track them simultaneously so that you can get your divine blueprint underway and hold space for others as they start unifying the polarities, which is not such an easy thing to do. So for the fall equinox, we will be doing a special event. It's going to be, like I said, an energy group, an activation, and a tarot card reading. And we're going to be downloading and codifying the equanimity codes, the liberty templates, the sovereignty templates, so that you can move forward and stay in that place where you can be above the fray. If you need to do stuff in 3D, which we all do, you can do that, but know where to operate and where to place your attention. The winter solstice, as I've told you many times before, is going to be really important this year because the Saturn-Jupiter alignment happens on the winter solstice. That is out of the 2 days of the year that are most important, at least to me personally, how I view it in the energy world. It's the Lion's Gate, which is 8/8, August 8th, and the winter solstice. All of these things are preparing us to move into 2021, when we will be shifting and changing all of the archetypes, which is not an easy process. 4D is high highs. That's where you first experience bliss, and low lows, the dark night of the soul. And why that is because as you start swinging like this, you start then moving like this, and then you get into balance. But it has to go this way, and then it has to go that way, and then it goes here, and then it goes there, and then you go here and there, and that's the process. For those of you who have been awake for a while, who have been integrating this stuff, your job for the next year and a quarter or so of primary importance is to hold the state of neutrality and balance, so that the people who haven't done the work can do the work in safety. All right? So you have to be able to see where someone's operating from, where their consciousness is at, so that number one, you don't get sucked into it. Number two, you're not trying to help them in a way that can't help them. You can't give them a 5D solution when they're in 3D. They don't understand that. And number three, so that you know where to track to best use your efforts. Some of you, like the indigos, are getting ready to go into 3D and transform these systems in a very dramatic way. If you're working in dark, you need to be able to pull yourself out of that and rest in the light. That's what you're going to be doing. For the crystals, as we start moving through this and dismantling these systems, they have to be seen, or they can't be integrated. It's a little bit like if you had a junker car that's sitting in your front yard. You can't say, I don't want to look at it because it's ugly and I don't want to know about it. But you also don't have to know where the alternator is, how the suspension works, and how to change your oil. But you do have to see the car, all right? So those of us that are saying, I don't want to give that any attention, I don't want to know about it, you can't integrate it. Now, you don't have to know everything about it, but you do have to see it and recognize it in order for you to integrate it. So this next year and a quarter is going to be very interesting, very challenging. We are now moving in Quantum Shiva and the Academy into just showing people stuff, to really teaching them how to master this stuff and really be the creator of your own reality. So you'll be seeing us coming out with more and more things. But what I want you to understand is that whether you join us for the Fall Equinox event or anything, please, please, please find those places where you can find balance in your now moment as we move through what looks like it's going to be, at least energetically, a lot of tumultuousness and upheaval. But the good news is there's also going to be amazing, amazing breakthroughs and really, really wonderment and places of bliss and integration. So the journey is only starting. We're looking forward to having you come on this ride with us, and I will talk to you later. Thanks.